You, Sergio?
Doing well. How you doing?
Good. Enjoying lunch? What are you eating?
Yeah, eating some chicken, some rice. What exactly was it? Healthy Korean chicken. It's fire. My nutritionist here whipping up all my meals for me, so been eating really well.
I love
Shout
that
out to
you're like, what
Ian
am I eating? That's
Whatever he
awesome.
tells me to I eat. Yeah.
So have you, I mean, like obviously you had a long layoff, you had the injury, you had to recover. Have you kind of been in fight mode that whole time once you were able to fight again? I know you weren't able to compete because the Grand Prix was happening, but at what point did you kind of get back into fight mode?
You know what? About like I would say the beginning of this year is when I started really training hard. But last year after my injury, I did take some time off to heal up. I couldn't walk for a bit. So took about like 3 or 4 months, went over to Bali, got to have some fun and enjoy life and came back. And yeah, I got back to work right away, just training as much as I could, helping my teammates out, coaching a bit. So I was still in the game.
So would you say that, I mean, obviously I'm sure you would have rather fought, but you say, you got to go enjoy Bali. Was it a little bit of a blessing in disguise that you were able to take a break, slow down a little bit and enjoy your life?
Yeah, for sure. I think my momentum had to slow down a bit. I was on a hot spree and it was either my momentum was going to get slowed down by a loss or an injury. So, I got an injury and yeah, slow down everything for a bit. I got to enjoy my life, got to see life without martial arts and without competition, and didn't have to cut any weight. So definitely a good reset. I feel refreshed.
Are you happy to be back at least?
I'm so happy to be back. It's been a long time. I missed out a lot. I missed out on a chance to make $1 million. Missed out on a chance to have 3 fights last year. So definitely a humbling year, but I think it was necessary. It's necessary for my growth and just for me as being a human. I got to really, like I said, enjoy time with my family, my friends, and go see new places that I haven't been to. So definitely a blessing in disguise.
And kind of along the lines of it being a blessing in disguise, you didn't have to fight your teammate and your friend. So you kind of gave him that chance to enjoy, his moment, and obviously I'm sure you didn't want him to lose the fight, but is it a little bit better knowing that going ahead, you aren't going to have that, the thought of that fight so soon? I mean, it may happen, but at this point, it's not something that you have to look at right away.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like the universe was showing me and Raf, that we're most likely not meant to fight each other. We've been good teammates for a while. I tore my ACL right before he got his shot to fight, and it played out really well for him. I wanted Raf to win the tournament. Obviously, it's a life changing money, so it would have been a great opportunity for Rafian to win. Unfortunately, Patchy was on a hot spree, and he did a really good job of that fight. But yeah, it's definitely a weight lifted off my shoulders for sure.
And how did this fight come about with Patricio? Because I know all of us kind of assumed you'd be fighting Patchy next, and we were all kind of like, wow, that the tournament hasn't even ended yet, and we're already talking about your fight. How did that come about?
We were just putting it out there. I've always wanted to compete against Patricio. He's a great athlete, a GOAT in Bellator. 35 wins, 5 losses. His record speaks for itself. But yeah, my coach was just kind of putting it out there a little like, oh, we should try to push for the Patricio fight, and Bellator jumped on board, and I think it's a great fight to make. For both of us, a chance for Patricio to become a 3-time division champion, and then also me for my comeback fight, fighting one of the GOATs, throwing me right in the deep end right away.
So what would it mean for you to win that fight? How would that put your legacy?
It's a big fight for me to win. I think this win will put my name in a different category. Not just the pound for pound, top 10. I feel like it boosts me up there a lot. And obviously, I think I just for the road in general to see me coming back from an ACL injury and coming back and being successful, I think would be beautiful.
What sort of fight are you expecting from him?
You know what? I think it's going to be an interesting fight. I feel like it's going to be we're both going to be a little patient at first. Probably feel each other out a little bit. I'm going to try to keep it standing. I know that, but I feel like Patricio is going to try to take me down. I see he's been working a lot with Henry Cejudo, working a lot of ground games. I've been stalking him, so I've been watching a lot of film on him. But yeah, I think it's gonna be an interesting fight. He's gonna feel my strength and my power, and he's gonna definitely want to take me to the ground and kind of what Horiguchi did to me. Just ride me out a little bit, get me uncomfortable, and put me in positions that I've been defeated in before.
Do you kind of see this fight as being, having to go all full rounds, or are you seeing it as being able to get in and out of there pretty quickly with him?
I wouldn't say be able to get out of there quickly with him. I'd like to, ideally, but I feel, it might go all 5 rounds. It might be a knockout on either end. It might be a submission on either end. I think we have all the options for both of us.
And what about fighting in Chicago? I know it's, pretty close to where you live, so I would imagine it kind of feels like a hometown fight. Is that correct?
Yeah, for sure. I haven't fought in the Midwest in a while. I think it's been since 2018 that I fought in the Midwest. So yeah, it's great to have a close fight. I've been fighting in Connecticut my last like 3 or 4 fights. So hopping around, changing scene is always great. And I love Chicago. Always a great time there.
You excited to be fighting in front of the fans?
Oh, for sure. My fans, my family, my friends. I got a lot of people coming out to support me. So yeah, it's definitely a blessing. Definitely a blessing to get back to my roots a bit.
Is there any fear, I know, going down in weight for Patricio that he might not make the weight?
I feel like Patricio's a professional. He's not gonna miss weight. I feel like he's gonna do everything in his power to make weight. I'm sure he's put a lot of money and a lot of time into this camp. So I'm not really worried about that. I feel like he'll make weight. Might be a little bit of a journey, but I think he'll get there.
Do you
Is that
feel
Patricio behind you?
Oh, maybe. Oh, yeah, it is.
That is. I feel like I'm talking to him right now.
He has that look. I was like looking to see if I have you up here anywhere. It goes all the way up to the ceiling.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Do you think that weight cut could affect his performance? Because we haven't seen him really at that weight yet.
I feel like that weight cut definitely could affect anybody's performance. We've seen fighters drop down an extra 10 pounds and not do so well, but we've also seen the opposite, and some people drop down and do really well. So I will see. I'm not saying anything about it, but yeah, it's going to be a journey. I fought at 125 for a bit, and the weight cut from 125 to 135 is night and day. Yeah, my body was a lot more fragile.
And I know we kind of spoke about Patchy already, but I'm assuming that that's who's going to be in the next fight for you. Do you already know, when that will be? Have they talked to you about that at all, or do you have an idea when you'd like that to be?
As of right now, I no words about that fight. That nothing I'm aware of. But yeah, right now the main objective is Patricio, so I'm not even looking past Patricio. I gotta go and win this fight first, and everything else after that will play out.
And my last question, do you have a prediction for that fight, or are you one to not make a prediction?
For my next fight, for Patricio?
For Patricio, yeah.
I want to finish. That's what I'm going to go for, a finish. So whatever I can get. If I got to go all 5 rounds, so be it. But I want to finish.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Have a great
Have a
day.
good one.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.